You know, when I started working for the tribe, the first thing my mother told me is don't embarrass me. She goes, I've lived up a strong relationship with the tribe, and I don't want you messing it up for our family. So I had some big shoes to follow. You know, with my father and my mother being an ambassador, my dad being a battalion Death March survivor, a well-known veteran, World War II veteran. And so it was hard shoes to follow, you know, growing up and stuff. And I just used them as my mentor of other things that I wanted to accomplish in life. And I think it was their Christian upbringing that they instilled in me to believe in the Creator. The Creator makes things happen, just like John said. You know, we're His tools that He uses, and He directs us in the direction that we need to go. The people that we need to be associated, the ones we need to see, and to tell our stories about our veterans and stuff, how we were treated and how we felt. I think it's honor here today because of the Mission 22, a long journey that I had been working on since the loss of my son. It was like no more, maybe 3 weeks after he had passed, that the Mission 22 had contacted me for him to be one of the silhouettes for this national memorial. In the beginning, I didn't know, because I know they have memorials for the fallen, but I never heard of ones for them losing the war at home after distinguished, honorable service to our country. That, you know, that they would have a memorial like this. So when they asked me to be the guardian of the memorial, I accepted it and told them, yes, I think that would be a great honor for my son to be part of these other 19 silhouettes. Because I didn't know what their stories were, but my son was on a firefight team in Iraq, Afghanistan, Persian Gulf. His graduating class, that he graduated from Fort Benning, he lost half of his graduating class to Iraq and Afghanistan in the war. And so it took a long, big, hard toll on him. Even my father reached out to my son to tell him that, you know, life goes on. You know, you have a mission in life. You can't save everybody when you're on the battlefield. But if they listen to what you say, then they have a better chance of coming home. But my son took it personally every time he lost one in his squad. And so it just started to take a huge toll on him as far as drinking, less sleep, hardly eating. We tried to deal with that during different deployments and stuff, but these veterans today, they go out and sometimes they have maybe 7 deployments. It's not unheard of for a veteran or young warriors going out today doing 7 deployments and not getting any action from the VA to help them. So with Mission 22, that was my calling card to get out and start reaching out to other Gold Star families that had lost a loved one, because, you know, it's not supposed to be that we bury our children and that they're supposed to be burying us. But, you know, I didn't have nobody left because I then lost my mother, my father, then I lost my wife, and then I lost my son. And so, to me, the Creator reached down and took me by my hand and told me that there's life. You continue on. You don't give up. And like my father always told me, don't never be a quitter. He goes, if I was a quitter, you wouldn't be here. So, in that, I took and ran with this mission to reach out to other Gold Star families that are going through the same dilemma right now through the nation. To reach out to tell them that there's hope out there, that they don't have to follow these other 20 silhouettes that have happened to them, to these families, to our families, these other 19 Gold Star families, that there is hope out there, that we're making to raise awareness for all the public out there, to let them know that our soldiers, when they come back, they're hurting. They're hurting on the inside. There's no scars on the outside, but they're hurting deeply inside, the mortal wounds. I know there's a lot of veterans here in this audience today that understands of the pain and everything that goes on with our vets and stuff, that they're not getting the help that they need and the support that they need. I know during our time in Vietnam, a couple of my buddies here, like one Melvin Mitchell right there, he was one of the Vietnam vets that didn't get the parade or anything when they came back. We were spit on, disgraced, say we were baby killers and everything. And so we wasn't allowed to wear a uniform home. Even after we worked so hard in the service to wear proudly that uniform that we signed up for, we was subjected to not to come home with our uniform on because of the way the public was during that time in the 60s and 70s. So today, I appreciate the nation and everything. I appreciate Chief David Hill and Second Chief Dale Beaver, because when I started this project, they were on the National Council. And Chief James Floyd was instrumental in helping me with this vision that I had to get this memorial, to be a national memorial for our veterans and stuff. And then with the National Council, going to the National Council and getting support, getting them behind me, and then have to go to numerous meetings with the Council of Broken Arrow, and then work with the architect with this vision to come into mind to build this beautiful memorial. If you haven't seen it there in Broken Arrow, it just breaks your heart. I mean, it fills your heart with joy and stuff that you have these 20 silhouettes looking at you, watching over you, guarding you and everything as you go out there and you see of all what the veterans have endured as they're out there to be solemn. That it doesn't have to be like these 20 that's gone on before us before. But I'd like to thank all the veterans organizations that helped me during my journey, the VFW, American Legion, DAV, all these different organizations that were behind me, the churches, and all the support that I had from the council and from our executive branch and everything of this mission that I had been going on. I know my father built a memorial back in the 70s, I think, when he built the one just off 75 Highway. Well, anyway, I guess I followed in his footsteps, so now I have my memorial but by just his guidance and stuff, their guidance has formed me into something that I have become proud to be their son. There's a lot of things that, I went on my life and earned it, but to me, the Creator formed me and changed me and made me somebody to be a spokesman for our vets. And now becoming a Region 5 commander, I can reach out to all 39 tribes, to all the 579 federal recognized tribes to make us a national charter. Not to be a part of a DAV, American Legion, or DAV. That finally, for once, that our Native people will only have their own charter. And I think that's something better. We're the highest ethnic group to serve in the military. And I have been fighting up there in Washington, telling that, we're the highest ethnic group to serve in the military. Why can't we have a national charter? So I reach out to everybody out there that talk to your senators, congressmen, tell them that we're due. We're not going nowhere like they said earlier. We're here to stay. So Mado, thank you. Appreciate it. Mado.